Hi everyone, I'm Sukanya from National College of Ireland, and this is my data warehousing project on car trends in EU. So let's talk about the data sources. The first one is the one that I have taken from the Twitter to do sentimental analysis on different car types, and the second one is a PDF book that I'm using, which is published by the ICCT, and which is the latest one, 2016 and 2017 edition, which really has important information about the car demographics, the total number of sales, and the type of cars you have in Europe, all of it. And the third one is basically a structured one, which is taken from the World Bank, and it's about the GDP. And second is similar to that, which is the population for each and every country, and there is also a time series. Let's get back to the Visual Studio, which has the code here. So everything here is automated. First, we have the code to truncate all the data. So I have kept all the queries there. And the second is my Python execution task. So in which I'm pointing it to the file where I have coded all of the things to get the raw data from different sites as I have shown. And these are the car types. This is one car type GDP population Twitter data that I have. That there are the different sources from which the Python will execute the task, clean the data, and then store it to different dot data tables, which in turn go to my dimension execution of the dimension task. So in this SQL task, I basically create different dimensions using and finally give that to a fact table. So basically, as you can see, there are different measures that I have considered and have taken from different sources, and these are all my measures in the fact table. And let's execute the query and see how it processes. On the other hand, I want to show you my code. So this is the code that I have done for cleaning the PDF. So basically, the PDF that I have taken is not really uh, clear. So when I have already used Tabula, uh, so this is basically a package that helps me to go through, scrape through the PDF tables and all. But there is a lot of noise getting used at every point, and not every page of mine is going to have the same noise. So I have to code for each and every year. That is basically for each and every page. So I have coded for everything, removing the unnecessary data and splitting the columns. Sometimes columns get stacked up one after the one on the other, so I just split up the columns. So and the pattern of this noise always change. And as you can see, the code is getting executed one after the other. As you can see, the data is all executed and all my SQL tasks, cleaning tasks have performed well. Yeah, as you can see, I have deployed my cube and I have run the query. So let's browse the cube and see what's in there. So we have different dimensions here. You can just drag and drop and play with the data around. So it gives me the data. So we have different dimensions. As you can see, I have connected my car model to the server, to the Tableau server. So I'm going to show the graph between country, GDP, and price. There is a question arising from the car manufacturer to understand the price levels along with the GDP and population. So there is a high correlation between the GDP and price, as you can see, with all the countries than the correlation between the price and population. And let's jump back to the fuel consumption and GDP. As you can see, fuel consumption is also having a high correlation with the GDP of the country. So I have collected all the information, the time series data, which has an important information. So this graph represents the car type percentage sold year population along with the cars with the Twitter analysis rating 487, and it's selling up to 487 in the year of 2001. And let's go back to the electric cars, which has interesting figures. The electric cars for 2003 and 2004 very less in number, but their Twitter analysis sentiment score has increased to 1,480, which is less, which is uh, much more than the diesel cars. As you can see, the there is a current trend that is going on with the electric cars and the percentage sold is really increasing well. So from the 2014 to 2015, you can see the percentage increases from 12.160 to 117 point in Norway. So there are some more interesting facts that you can know. For example, the top speed limits with the population. Is there any relationship between top speed settings and the total sales GDP and the population and the car features, just like the gross weight, height, length, and width? And also, coming back to some important correlations, there is a very interesting fact with the increase in the population and with the increase in the total sales, there is a constant decrease in the pollution, as you can see, mainly because of the electric cars. And also, with the use of electric cars, there is a clear drop in the pollution of those countries. For example, let's take as you can see with the India. There are many more other demographics that we can observe with this interesting data warehousing project. Thank you for listening.